Well, hello my beautiful Scorpio, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career or money reading for the end of March right through the end of April 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. And of course, you can probably see I'm in a different environment than usual. I've just gone to take some time to visit some family members that I haven't seen for years and years. So I'll be back in my usual space in the next week and a half or so. So I just thought I'd let you know there. Now let's get straight to your reading, my beautiful Scorpio. Your 5th house is currently governing you. So although you are focused on your career or money, you may be feeling that you work so hard you just want to have fun, because the 5th house is all about the pursuit of pleasure, really letting your hair down and, accepting invitations, wanting to go out there, stepping out of your comfort zone to seek more excitement. Some of you, though, during this period, although you'll be super focused on your finances and your career, you may pick up a hobby during this period where it will help you in some way with your career. Okay, so some of you, there may also be the potential for a flirtation in the working environment, but some of you may not want to cross the divide because it can get a little bit difficult if there is some sort of relationship, and if there is any drama in that relationship, you wouldn't want it to affect your working practices. So I feel some of you, there is a flirtation available. I'll move on from that energy because this is really more about the everyday. I mean, your 12th house then takes over from that as you move into the month of April. And that's really the deepest part of your chart. So you may feel like withdrawing to focus on new ideas. Some of you may launch something behind the scenes, maybe even a soft launch of, an entrepreneurship, or even, if you are expanding your business in some way, you may decide to hide yourself away in order to wait for the right moment to launch it. But ultimately, I get this energy of you really tapping into your higher self to develop a deeper sense of awareness of what it is that you want and what's more important to you in the working sector, because you always lead with integrity. You need to feel like you have a purpose, that you're adding value to that purpose, and you're someone who is naturally very gifted and talented at what you do, but you always like to go that extra mile. You dig a little bit deeper, you do a little bit more research than other people. You always tend to be ahead of the game. So not only do you have that level of natural talent, you also have the extra investigative stuff that you've done and got the qualifications. You always go that extra bit in order to put yourself way ahead of everybody else. Now, that's not an ego-driven thing. That's because you're so excited about what it is that you do. When you commit yourself to something, you're all in, and you tend to dive a little bit deeper, find out the information that other people don't know so that you can utilize those skills in order to advance your career. And I definitely see advancement here for you. But looking at the World card as your protagonist energy, something is ending for you. And with the Fool card, it means there's definitely a new beginning. And sometimes people can say, how can we have so many old cycles ending and so many new beginnings? Well, it could be a project coming to an end. It could be a way that you work that comes to an end. It could be that you hear of someone leaving an environment and it shifts the dynamics of that environment, so things are changing. But it could also be that your approach is changing and something in you has changed, where you're making sure that you have healthier boundaries, that you don't allow people to take advantage of your work ethic. Because when someone sees a person who loves what they do, and if that person themselves is a little bit lazy, but they see, like you, Scorpio, loving what you do, sometimes they may delegate their work onto you because they feel like, you know, you're so good at what you do it quicker than everybody else, and they think maybe you've got some time to do their work. So you may be trying to restructure healthier boundaries in the working environment, but also healthier boundaries for yourself, because sometimes you can get lost in your work. And you need to come up for air. You need to be able to know when it's time to switch off. So you may be implementing healthier working practices or routines so that you can actually have time for that fifth house pursuit of pleasure and fun there. We have the Four of Cups. Some of you in your working environment with that Ten of Pentacles, I mean, you're thinking about finances right now, Ten of Pentacles, protagonist energy. You're thinking about wealth, increasing your honey pot, as it were. And I feel that you're thinking of changing something in order to do that. I mean, it could be that you're moving into an entrepreneurship, or you're thinking about moving up into a promotion. I mean, the Four of Cups indicates some of you are feeling a little bit unchallenged in your position. Doesn't mean that you're bored with what it is that you do. I feel some of you, you know, you are feeling that there is an imbalance in the working environment. Some of you may yearn to return to a certain sector that you used to work in, something that you used to love doing. It could be that you yearn to work with a boss that you used to work with, because I feel this energy of returning to the good old days, where not only did you enjoy what you do, but also you had time for fun, you had time for recreation, you had time for yourself. And you may feel that the world and the working environment has got so busy that you just never have enough time in the day. Okay, so I definitely see here that you are restructuring, especially schedules, because I feel a lot of you have been putting in some extra time there in your career sector. But I feel like you're wondering, how can you work smarter, not harder? And you tend to love working harder anyway, but I feel like it just means that you'll probably put your attention onto something else and work in that sector, because I feel like there's some sort of shift going on in your career there. We've got the Judgment card and we've got the Eight of Wands. There is some really fast-paced news coming in here, but I feel some of you may be trying to tie up loose ends because you're going on a vacation. We've got the World card here as your protagonist energy. I hope you can see that there. New environment means I need to place the cards in a different way so you can see them and the camera doesn't freak out. But this card, it sort of signals something is ending, but it also means something new is beginning for you. Now, of course, the World card and the Fool card indicates that you're going to be very goal-oriented this month. You're going to be smashing those goals out of the park. You're going to be very organized, very productive, and you're getting a lot of stuff done. With the Eight of Wands there, it tells me it's going to be a super busy month for you. And I feel some of you, it could be that you're tying up loose ends because you're thinking about going on vacation. Some of you could be training people to take over from you when you go on that vacation. So it almost feels like you've got double work. You're doing the work yourself, but also showing someone else how to do it. And it feels a little bit like frustrating. But I actually feel like the person that is sort of going to be taking over from you, I feel like they just don't have the experience, they don't have the drive that you do, so they'll do their best in the position while you're away, but it's not up to your standards. So you may come back and find that there's some discrepancies or some corrections that need to be made here. But I feel in your career, the way you're looking at your career right now, there's a bit of a course correction. Okay, so it could be that you're just checking in with yourself right now, making sure that you're on the right path, adjusting the way that you work in some way. And we've got the word integration on this card. So I feel like you are actually blending all your skills that you acquired in different working environments in the past in order to help you right now. So for example, if you used to do something in public speaking many years ago, but now you've moved into like the construction industry, it could be that you're going to give a presentation, and those skills from the past are actually going to really help you communicate what it is that you need to communicate to people in your current circumstances. So I feel a blending of talent, of gifts, of, you know, all these skills that you've acquired over the years. And I feel this established energy where you're really good at what you do. But also the World card, I feel some of you are wondering, should you stay where you are right now or should you leave? Okay, because I feel there's this energy of, you know, divine timing. Things are actually starting to line up for you right now with the Ten of Pentacles, you know, and the Six of Cups. Some of you feel that, you know, you're really lucky where you're at. You know, even if you're in a toxic environment right now, still you're trying to see the positive. So I feel like you really need to check in with like the Queen of Swords there and the King of Cups and the Cause and Effect card, the Libra energy of balance. It may feel like even though things are not perfect, even though things are not exactly as you want them to be right now, you're still trying to see the positive in where you are right now. But I feel also you're searching for something other. And there's going to be some news. Actually, it's coming in the next, I would say 2 weeks, actually. It's quite immediate news that's coming in for you that will change your mindset. So it could be a new role that is being made available that you may think about going for, or you're just like, I feel like you're offered something and then you have a decision to make as to whether you want to take it. Because I feel with the Ten of Pentacles in your protagonist energy, this is you looking at finances and looking at savings. And, you know, Ten of Pentacles kind of says, money is important. We needed to pay the bills, but you're trying to find the little things in life that are also equally important. Like, you know, do you add value to your career? Are you leading with integrity? Are you making waves in a career where you're known for what you do? You know, that your reputation is, you know, someone who is very successful, who is reaching the top, who is gifted, you know, who is making an effort. And I feel all of those things are true, but at the same time, I feel that's really more important to you at this time. And it feels like the money will flow from there. However, I feel like you're going to have the best of both worlds, okay, if that makes sense for you. Now, some of you, because of your 12th house, you are going to be working behind the scenes on something, but some of you may think about collaborating with new people. You know, and that's not something a Scorpio does readily. You are someone who's super self-sufficient. You're very independent. You know, I feel you're a great team member, but also you work really well on your own merit. And I feel, you know, if you can do something on your own, you'd rather just do it on your own, okay, is what I'm getting here. I'm Scorpio too, so I do kind of understand that energy. But with the word integration, it's really drawing me here. So it could be that you outsource some of your work in the next coming weeks. It could mean there's delegation there. If you're an entrepreneur, it could be that you know, decide to give your accounts to an accountant so they do it, or it could be that you're going to change service providers in some way, or you know, maybe you're going to take someone on board. If you are an entrepreneur, it could be that you hire somebody in your practice in order to make things run a little bit more smoothly, whilst you can focus on other things like expanding your business. For some of you, it could be that you're looking at outdated practices, or, you know, old computer programs that perhaps waste time or clog up the system in some way so that you can actually be more time efficient. But the World card, it tends to tell me that you have a goal and you're sticking to that goal, and that goal will actually result in you taking some sort of leap of faith, a new adventure, and it's attached to a lot of money. The Ten of Pentacles, you know, it is your protagonist energy. So although, you know, money is not your most important thought, let's put it that way, I feel that you do have your eye on increasing your finances and attracting more wealth there as well. Now, of course, the Ten of Pentacles is all about attracting more money. When you get this card, it indicates that you are someone who perhaps is thinking about a family business, setting one up, or you are involved in a family business, or some of you are thinking about how to increase your finances so that you like hit the jackpot, that you can like maybe travel the world. Some of you are thinking about being a little bit more nomadic, okay, with the World card there. Some of you are thinking about relocating or restructuring your business in a different country, migrating it. Because the World card is present as your protagonist energy, some of you are looking at financial markets, you know, and you're being super honest with yourself. I feel like you're being really flexible and really organized because you can notice that markets are changing. There are major restructures going on in the financial industry, but also in the working environment in different industries. You're seeing downsizing, you're seeing restructures, merges, and also redundancies across the board. And I feel like you are trying to keep ahead of things so that you retain security in your current circumstances. So I feel like you're really working hard there. I want to say with the Six of Cups, you know, that I feel the universe is actually giving you an opportunity that you will embrace. It's more in alignment with your true life's purpose and mission. And I feel with the Eight of Wands here, it may require you to move, relocate, or it's a faster paced environment that you're moving to, but you're going to so love it, because there's nothing worse than staying in an environment that is devoid of energy. And I feel like you're looking for that right now. But also, you're making sure that financially it is in alignment with your skill set, because you are someone who sometimes people may have said to you that you're overqualified because you're so good at what you do. But that tends to be a bit of an excuse from companies to basically say, we see that you've got all the skills. You're really talented and gifted at what you do. However, we are not going to pay you that. We just won't allow the budget to stretch that far, because normally people at the top are creaming all the money from the top. And of course, as it filters down, you know, there's less money for people who actually make the business work. So I feel, you know, there is some sort of discrepancy there. If you're currently out of work and you're looking for a position, because the World card can tell me that some of you have ended a cycle and you're currently looking for new opportunities. You know, the Ten of Pentacles with the Six of Cups, I see an opportunity coming in, but it may be that you return to a sector that you used to work in, okay? And now there's more money available in that sector for you. It could be that you're not returning to the actual position or the actual job, but it could be the industry. So if you used to work in fashion, for example, and then you felt that you needed to move into another environment, you may have moved into, you know, banking, for example. You may return to fashion, but at a different level. You've learned new skills, you've got new contacts, and I feel, you know, you enter it at a different stage and you actually command more respect, but also more money there as well, okay? But your protagonist energy is, how can I increase my wealth? How can I expand my business? And I feel like you're being very flexible for the time frame that we're in. I mean, looking at your energy, I see that if you work for a company, there's definitely some sort of merge going on there. Could be behind the scenes. The 12th house means intuitively you're going to feel it, you're going to know it. You will hear that this company is merging. There's going to be new contracts available with this as well. So you may have to sign something new. Really make sure that you pay close attention to anything in the fine print, the small print there, because you know, there'll be a new due date, let's put it that way, as soon as you sign a new contract. That means anything that went before in the company that you worked for, even if you worked there for like 20 years or 10 or 5, you know, it is nullified. So make sure you have benefits or bonuses, whatever it is that you had before that you're really comfortable with, that you enjoyed. Make sure it's either written into your new contract or that you negotiate better deals as you move forward, because I feel this energy of downsizing. So just watch out for that. Some of you may notice with the Queen of Swords there and the King of Cups and basically the Justice card in the reverse, you may notice that there is some like underhanded stuff going on in the working environment. This could mean that there are some bosses that are or you know, CEOs or something like that, that are making deals that benefit them over the overall company. Okay, so that's coming through there as well. You may intuitively know this, but I feel like you are preparing for this in some way. And I feel there's this energy of you being ready. I see you being in a very secure position. I actually see the universe stepping in to offer you something very lucrative. So this can mean when some people are being made redundant or let go, it could be that you're being offered an opportunity to staircase and step up, or you've put your resume out there already in preparation and a new opportunity comes in, okay? I have to say this because 2024, 2025, there's going to be some major restructure going on in the working environment. And I'm not here to worry anybody out there. I can see that you're in a really good position. I see with the Eight of Wands that you're elevating. I see that you're moving up. But I have to be honest with the energy that I can feel for the world at large, for the collective, as well as on a more personal level there as well. But I see that you are making some really great moves in your career sector. And I see a wonderful adventure about to start for you, and it may require you to take that leap of faith. For some of you, it could be that you've been busy trying to launch a new business, and at the end, end of April, I feel it will be launched. And I have to say this, I want you to be aware that at the beginning of the launch, it feels very slow, okay? It feels that like you've launched it, you've done the big thing, and you're like, and now what? Okay. And I'm getting an energy of, and now we wait. But only about 2-3 weeks after that, suddenly it really takes off. So don't get disappointed or disheartened when you launch something and it sort of just goes, oh, okay. I want you to recognize that things are going to pick up pace. And if you're already in a family business or you're already in an entrepreneurship, you work for yourself and you feel that things have been a little bit slow, things are going to pick up pace. I feel like the seasons have been a bit off this year. Typically, busy times have been a little bit slower than usual. It feels very much like things are going to flip and you're going to see things being a little bit busier than usual in typically quiet times. So, there was a bit of a, an about turn on that happening there as well. Now, the Six of Cups, it basically means nostalgia, looking back with rose-tinted glasses. But some of you may be, really trying to return to happier times in the working environment. So there could be a sector or a place where you felt truly you belonged. You may actually decide to put your resume out there and try and return to that sector. But ultimately, the Six of Cups indicates that suddenly the universe bestows a benevolent opportunity upon you. So in the next 2 weeks, I feel like you're going to hear some really good news in your career sector that's going to make you really smile. But also I see some of you beautiful Scorpios out there, you're going to hear from a friend in, your past. I feel this is someone that perhaps you still keep in contact with from time to time, but they're not someone who's constant in your life. They may reach out to you and tell you about a new opportunity. Okay, so it could be that they are setting up a business or perhaps they know of an opportunity going at their company. With the Four of Cups there, I feel like there's something extra new coming in. So let me just pull a card on that Six of Cups for you, because I feel some of you may go, oh, it is a great opportunity, but just something doesn't feel right, or it's just not 100% for me. High Priestess, use your intuition. I mean, the High Priestess is a cautious energy. So I would say, dig a little bit deeper into this opportunity, because I feel all is not what it seems. I don't feel it's anything to do with your friend. I feel it is like something in the contract or something in a hierarchical system that perhaps is, a hidden clause, for example. Six of Cups, you've got it again there. But I feel, Queen of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, dig a little bit deeper. Ask bigger questions, I feel with the Wheel of Fortune, this is an energy that, there is like a lucky break, a fate intervening to bring an opportunity. But I would like these two cards in particular, they're highlighting the energy I could feel, which is like activate caution with this opportunity. If your friend reaches out, your friend is true blue. They are leading with integrity. They're really honest. Your friend is honest. We got the Queen of Swords here. Okay, and we got the Queen of Swords here as well. But I feel your friend may not be aware of like a clause or something that would be offered to you that would not benefit you. So just, dig a little bit deeper. I feel like you have Queen of Swords energy here, which tells me you can negotiate a better deal. So for example, and I'm just going to give you the example here. If your friend said, hey, there's a great role going at my company that would totally suit your skill set. Okay. And you go, great. Okay. You go for the interview, and at the interview they tell you, okay, yeah, you got the great talent, you've got the skills, you've got everything we need. However, let's talk about pay grade. And you're like, you're asking for the 10 because you know that you've established your skill set, you know your worth. And they go, oh yeah, that's right. Okay, actually we're going to give you 5. and you're like, I know that role is worth at least 10. And, you know, even if you're looking for 10, you may ask for 12, because you know that people tend to negotiate you down. So I feel like they may try to get away with offering you a low amount of money for the effort, the work that's involved. It's not enough. So I feel there's some sort of negotiation that goes on. I feel like you can negotiate a better deal, but still you may not be truly happy with what it is that is offered. Okay, with the Four of Cups here, I feel there's an alternative opportunity coming in that is more in alignment with your skill set, more in alignment with what it is that you do, and you can really be in command of that role. With the Wheel of Fortune there, that tends to tell me destiny intervenes to bring you a better opportunity. And we have it here with the Four of Cups. So again, I would say investigate it. I mean, I can feel and see with the energy that you're kind of going to be like, it's not for you, okay? You're going to choose a path that is right for you, but I thought I'd mention it as it comes in. But I also want you to be aware that your friend really values you. Your friend actually is acting in their highest regard, saying, wow, there's a great opportunity. Not only can you step into this role, but also you'll be able to work with them. That's the way they're thinking. They're not aware that the people conducting the interview or the people making the decisions are going to try and shortchange you in some way. So just recognize it's not to do with your friend. Okay, that's coming through there as well. Now, for the rest of you beautiful Scorpios, I really feel like you're going to be super busy, very goal-oriented. I feel like you're putting the fun back into what you do so you can enjoy it a little bit more. Also, we have, of course, the Justice card, and this is in the resistance position. So it's like you got it in the reverse there. Now, it just feels with this that some of you, you know, you've been really focused on one area of your career, but you may have felt like you neglected another area. So for example, if you're an entrepreneur, you've been busy running the business, but when it's tax time, you're like, oh, I've got to go and like now focus on the receipts and all of the stuff. So you may think about delegating in some way, or you may have to, how can I put that? Because I feel like you've been spreading yourself a little bit thin in one area of your career, and now you may need to pay a little bit closer attention to it. So I feel a readjustment going on there as well. Now, also, I feel be a little bit mindful, and I don't like to give this message, but there may be something that you miss, and that's very unusual for a beautiful Scorpio. There may be something that you miss in the month of April in particular. It could be a very important document there, but I feel there was someone else who was involved with this document. How can I get that energy? What am I trying to give you with that? It's almost like if you were working on something and your boss like oversees it, they micromanage you for this project or something, and you know that you created the document and you gave it to that person and they had to read it over, and then there was a deadline. It's almost like the person that you gave it to, like, I don't have it. And you're like, well, I gave it to you. There just seems to be some sort of like miscommunication potential that will go on in the month of April in particular. And you may have to be extra diplomatic with this person, because I feel like they hold weight in the company. They've got big connections. Or if you're an entrepreneur, it feels like you're going to have to be diplomatic towards somebody. Of course, you're going to be honest. But I feel like this person that you're dealing with, they are not honest. I feel like they are hiding their inadequacies. I feel like they are coasting a little bit. And I feel like you've clocked them. You know that this person is really not stepping up to the plate, that they're not capable of the role that they're in, that you could do the role better. But also, I feel they're not trying to sabotage you, is what I'm feeling. I feel that they're trying to cover for their mistake, because I feel this person's actually going through a divorce, or they're going through something personal. And, we're all human. It's easy to say, well, we should all be professional at a working environment, and not everybody can be, especially when emotions are involved there. But I feel like this person, I'm not here to say, feel sorry for this person at all, but I feel this person, they're going through something in their personal life, and they're trying to keep everything running in the working environment, but it's not working. And if you call this person really out on it, I mean, obviously be diplomatic, be honest, maybe have that conversation with that person in private. But if you called this person out in public about it, this person would seek revenge. And this person actually has friends in high places. So just watch out for that. That is coming through there. That's hopefully not going to resonate with everybody, but it is coming through. So I must mention it there as well. Now, by the end of the March period, as we move into April, you're going to have a lot of documentation to deal with. I feel like you're going to be very busy in terms of paperwork. I feel some of you may have some sort of legal matters to deal with. As I said, this could be like tax time. It could be your accounts. It could also be that you're keeping a close eye on your finances. For example, some of you may find like better financial accounts for your money that give better interest. So you may restructure your finances, maybe put them into a new banking system or a new account there, or put them into different wealth options like, I don't know, precious minerals, things like that. I mean, I don't really know what I'm talking about here, but I'm being given this energy of looking at your financial options for some of you, especially with regards to the world and how it's going. You may be looking at putting your assets into things that hold its value. So that's coming out there as well. But I feel some of you, your energy has been fluctuating. So what I mean by that is some days you have like a really great idea and you're like super on it. You're working really hard. You're like tunnel vision and you're excited to get that project finished. And then the next day, you know, you're like, okay, you're working on it, but it's not as much passion, not as much drive. And then by day 3 or day 4, you're like, oh, you've got a new idea and you start working on that. Some of you may have been fluctuating a little bit in terms of your focus, but I feel as you move into April, this focus is actually going to be very streamlined and it's going to help you reach your goals, reach your targets, reach deadlines. And I feel like you're going to be completely in the flow of doing. And I definitely see that there's some really positive stuff coming your way because of it, because of all the effort that you've put in. Now, some of you, I've already mentioned new contracts to sign, new positions, especially if there's a merge going on there, but also, I'm getting this sense of someone behind the scenes, like either micromanaging or, you know, calling you out, almost like singling you out. And it could be 2 people, but I feel more it's 1, okay? I mean, we've got the King of Cups here, which is your energy. And we've also got the Queen of Swords here, which is a Libra energy. And it's both in the reverse. So you could have some sort of like cross words with somebody, or someone who is trying to micromanage you is a little bit colder than usual or very cutting. But I feel like diplomacy is the key to this one. Again, you're going to be really honest and open, but at the same time, you're not going to let this person away with something. But I feel you're going to be very eloquent in the way that you deal with this, and you're going to be feeling really proud that you dealt with it in such a professional manner. But these can also be aspects of self. With the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords, some of you could be going through some sort of relationship issues right now, and you're trying to really focus and channel your energy into your working environment so that you keep your mind off personal things. I'm sending you a huge hug out there if you're dealing with something on a personal level, whether it's a divorce or whether it is a separation, or whether you're just trying to make some changes in your life behind the scenes and you're just trying to spin all the plates is what I'm getting here. You're just trying to do everything. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, there is an opportunity for more money coming in. Some of you, it could be a partnership. If you're thinking about launching a family business or a partnership or something with your friend, please make sure you have a contract in place. I don't see anything negative going on here, but it just makes sure everybody's on the same page and it's legally binding, which means, you know, there's less opportunity in the future for a person who is legally bound to just walk away from something and say, you know what, I don't care anymore. They have to go through legal means in order to make sure that you are not screwed over in the future. So, you know, again, I don't see anything negative happening, but it's always good to have something in place. But we have that Ace of Pentacles. So a new opportunity has been gifted here. This could be that you win something, a bursary or an award at your working environment, but it could also be that you receive a bonus or a new project is offered to you where you get to collaborate with someone. I mean, the main energy I'm getting here is startup, like new business. So some of you could be launching something It's going to be very lucrative. It starts off at the Ace of Pentacles, which is, your effort brings reward and that you're aligning yourself with success here, but infinitely more money is attached to this opportunity. I'm seeing a massive star right now, so this indicates a wish being fulfilled, that you're aligning yourself with a brighter future, and there's a lot to look forward to here. And I feel like you're gonna be really grateful for all the benevolence that is bestowed upon you, but you worked really hard for this. Ten of Pentacles is full investment. You're full steam ahead. You're working on something and you're enjoying it, and I feel it is going to infinitely bring better rewards there as well. Some of you, there could even be a client who comes in who gifts something to let you know of their gratitude for all the hard work that you've done. This could be like a bunch of flowers, it could be a box of chocolates, it could be something, could be like a gift token, a financial gift token or something where they express their gratitude. So if you're an entrepreneur, or even if you work for a company and there are people who come in, clients that visit the company, I see someone really, letting you know that they appreciate who you are and the effort that you go to make their dealings with your company or with you infinitely better than anybody else. Okay, so I feel there's something attached to that, and I feel somebody could be noticing that exchange and tap you for a promotion or even for a bonus there as well. But we do have the Fool card. This is your outcome energy. The Fool card is like a fresh new approach, or it could be you launching something, but it's definitely a new adventure. I see a lot of you really trying to tie up all those loose ends, trying to make sure that you have everything done before you take a vacation, so you can go off and have fun. I'm definitely seeing that there as well. And it's almost like when you get back to work, even though you love work, you're like, oh, I wish I was back on holiday. So you start planning your next vacation. But I really get this sense that you're launching yourself into it fully. You're like full steam ahead on some sort of project or idea, and it is going to be infinitely successful there. I keep being given the word infinitely. I don't think I've ever said the word infinitely so much in a reading, and maybe that's a sign. Infinitely, maybe you're going to see that word everywhere you go as a sign, or perhaps you're calling a business infinitely something, or I'm not really sure. I'm going to be very conscious of it now, of it coming in, but I'm just so aware that it keeps coming up, and I never really say this word so much, so there's obviously a reason there. But the Fool card is a really exciting opportunity where you take a risk or a leap of faith, and I definitely see that you've got this. Some of you may tend to jump straight into a project, or you may want to jump straight into launching something, or even, you're jumping straight into a new promotion, because we have that Four of Cups here. Something is being offered to you, something that is way above everything that you've ever done before, something that's more rewarding, more enjoyable, because the Four of Cups indicates you've come as far as you can in a certain position because you've established yourself so well at that position. And when you get this card, it can feel like something that you used to do, and there's a major energy coming in here, something that you were doing that felt like it was going nowhere. So you almost thought about giving it up, or you put it to the side. You're going to return to that in the month of April in particular. So if it was an idea you had that you're really excited about, and then you just, had other stuff get in the way, life just gets in the way sometimes, you'll return to that, you'll revisit it. And I feel the universe steps in to send an extra resource or opportunity to help you in that. Also, if you had a disappointment, if you went up for a promotion or raise and it didn't go in your favor, that's because the universe wants something else for you here. There's a new start that is going to be way more lucrative for you, but also more in alignment with who you are and what you want for your future and for your finances as well. So Four of Cups tends to be an energy of being pleasantly surprised by the outcome. Don't be closed off to ideas or to opportunities because they don't look like what you envisage for your future. Sometimes, something can come in left field that seems like a stepping stone, but actually is a huge leap in the right direction. So I feel something that's coming along here It seems like a bit of a plot twist for you, but I feel like you're going to love it and you're going to really enjoy it there as well. Also, we have the Judgment, so a big decision to make at the end of April for you. I feel there's an energy of letting something go in order to embrace something better. But also, I feel like you understand what you need to do. You're being called forward to do something in particular by your higher self, whether it's to leave an old position behind because you feel it's run its course, you've hit a glass ceiling. Could be that you've earned as much money in that position as you possibly can, that there's nowhere else to go and you want to step up. So you may be putting your resume out there, or a new opportunity has been offered to you to step up into a different team or a different position in some way. And I feel with the Eight of Wands, I feel like you take it. Okay, there's a faster paced environment for you, but the Eight of Wands is elevation. It indicates that you are stepping up in your career, but also your passion is returning. You tend to be very passionate about your career as well, but some of you may have been feeling a little bit unmotivated recently because you felt things were happening behind the scenes that you were not really in alignment with. I mean, some of you are looking at your belief systems and seeing if they match the working environment that you're in right now. And if they don't align, I feel like you're deciding to leave that position in order to go to pastures new there as well. Now, Eight of Wands, some big news is coming in for you at the end of April. It's bigger than the news that's coming in at the beginning of April there. It's something bigger at the end of April. So let me just see what that is. For some of you, it could be that you are seconded to a different department, or perhaps a different environment. Some of you, it could be that your company is deciding to relocate or to restructure in some way, because I feel like the building is different, or the environment. I mean, some of you are looking at being bit more nomadic in your career, so you may actually go to an official governing body to look legally at requirements for you to be able to travel and work on the go, because we do have the World card there. We do have the Eight of Wands, that's a travel energy, and we have the Libra card, cause and effects, of course, which is justice, and that's all about the legal system, trying to legally find ways to do what you do, but on the move. So it could be something nomadic there. And we got the Four of Pentacles, and we have the Four of Cups. So I feel this is your decision. Do you hold on to what it is that you're doing right now? We got another four here, the Fool card. Do we take a leap of faith on a new opportunity? So with that Four of Pentacles, you know, this is a card that indicates you work really hard. You invest your whole heart and soul into everything that you do, but you must be reminded that life cannot pass you by, okay? Time is short. So with that Four of Pentacles, I feel like you're going to be able to save money. Some of you are thinking about going into real estate, or you may be even, thinking about property, maybe even working from home. But with that Four of Pentacles there, this is about, do you stay where you are? Okay, and the Four of Cups indicates the universe offers you something else that is a little bit more exciting, a little bit more lucrative, and it adds a sense of value and purpose to your current circumstances that perhaps is not present anymore in your current circumstances, something you were not expecting. There is a surprise here. Now we also have that Queen of Cups energy. So this is about you valuing your skill set, making sure that you are working in a way that benefits you. You have a lot to offer the working environment, and you're looking at your skills, you're looking at the gifts that you have, and making sure that you are not taken advantage of with that Queen of Cups. But it's also about following your heart. Now we also have that Four of Wands energy, which is celebration. And it's about getting what you want in a situation, but it may require a leap of faith. The Fool card, it may require you doing something new, something different, something maverick. And the Fool card is to take a risk, but I feel like you'll celebrate that risk. For those of you who want to work from home or want to work nomadically, I feel, you're heading in the right direction, and it's going to be very lucrative for you. It's going to give you a sense of release. And I feel like you're going to have the best of both worlds. For those of you who are not thinking nomadically, some of you may be thinking about holding on to a position, but when something new is offered to you, yes, there's more work involved in it. I feel some of you, it feels very much like you could be seconded to a different building, or there's some sort of change, may need to travel a little bit further afield, but I feel it just puts a spring back in your step. it feels exciting, it feels new, and it's something that will benefit you and your family, whatever this is. The Four Wands is success. It is celebration, and it is like almost like looking at a position to see where you feel like you belong, you know, environment you belong in. And I did pick up on an energy of some of you have been dealing with a person in particular who singles you out, micromanages you, or sees how gifted and talented you are, and they see that you could potentially have their position because you are gifted, but also, you know, you're someone who wants the good for the company, or you're someone who wants the good for the industry. You're not just thinking egotistically the good for yourself, okay? And that holds a lot of weight in the working world. People can see that level of integrity, and you always lead with integrity there. Now, some of you, not all of you, it is popping in before I close this reading. Some of you have left a working environment. It may not have been on good terms, and there may be some legal stuff that's going on there. Do lead with integrity, because the other person or the governing body for the company is not going to. They're going to try and dig the dirt on you, or try and find a way to win the case at all costs. So just watch out for that. Okay, I definitely see that the more you lead with integrity, get everything in order, be super organized, because I definitely see that you're being very self-sufficient, you're very independent, but I feel you're going to be more organized in the month of April in particular. And the more organized you are, especially for a court case or legal proceedings, more chance you have for winning it. I mean, the Four Wands tells me you celebrate something, so yeah. I think it's definitely going to work in your favor there. Now we do have Ascension. Okay, so that really highlights that there is a staircase available to you to take it, but it's only your decision if you want to take this opportunity that's coming in. It says you're shifting from one reality to a higher vibrational reality. Time to soar to new heights. Thriving, increasing, and taking off. So increasing your finances, things are taking a different pace now, and you know that staircase leads right to the star. So I feel like this is you stepping up into a wish fulfillment position, and I feel the pathway or the portal of opportunity has been made clear for you, and I feel it's time for you to take that. We've also got maturing. Okay, I mean, some of you with the World card there and the Fool card, and this did come up, I always say it, it came up briefly in the Leo reading. Some of you are thinking about retiring or retirement age, and you know, I feel like you've established yourself in a position, and you may think about retiring, or you may like have half is what I'm feeling. Some of you may be like retiring, but also being a consultant. So you may work on your own time scale. And I feel this will also be very lucrative for you as well. And you get an opportunity to travel the world and see, you know, the world from a different viewpoint, and really connect to your sense of life purpose there as well. But it says here for the rest of you, maturing, growing affluence, diversify, power, benefits, strength, gain, authority. So, I mean, that card really tapped into the energy of this reading. I definitely see you diversifying the finances that you have, or the, you know, assets that you have in some way. If you know something about that, I don't really know what I'm talking about there. So, you know, you're probably more au fait with it than I am, but I definitely see here that you are growing in influence in your career, you're maturing in your role, you're establishing yourself as someone who is highly gifted and destined for the top. And I also feel like you have more power in a position than you give yourself credit for sometimes, because you tend to be a little bit more modest than, you know, some people. So I definitely see that things are shifting for you in a really positive way there. Okay, so let me just get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, so we have the Hagal rune. Now this means, of course, things have been hard. It has been difficult. You know, you're reaching the top of your mountain, and it has been a bit of a long trek. And I feel you're looking at limitations in your life. You're looking at glass ceilings. You're looking at things that have run its course. But also this is a rune of upheaval. You know, you're looking at delays. You're not trying to fast track anything, but I feel like you're trying to work smarter, not harder. And this rune actually connects to risk. you know, payoffs coming in for the risks that you're taking in your career. But I see with the Queen of Swords there, they are calculated risks. You're doing your due diligence. And of course, we've got a big old yes here. So if you have a question about your career in some way, the answer is absolutely yes. But I feel this is more like, you know, when some good news comes in, it's like, yes. That's what I'm feeling from that rune in particular. So I feel, yes, things are difficult. Things are restructuring, but I feel like you're being flexible and finding your way through these changes, and you're in a really good position to move towards more prosperity, more opportunity, and, you know, being in alignment with your true life's purpose, mission, and heart. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Scorpio. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel, completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Scorpio, and love and light.